Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I got another show lined up for you. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate y'all watching. If you could, please be kind enough to hit that like button, comment, subscribe. If you're only going to do 2 of them, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers by week 1. We're at 44, I think. Pretty sure it's 44. Either way, we're pretty close. So, well, we're not really close, but I know y'all can get there. Some of these videos are having over 100 views on them. So if everybody that's watching just hits that subscribe button for me, I'd appreciate it. It's free. Don't do nothing for you. It just helps me out, helps the channel out. Y'all are getting to see my bald head for the first time. I ain't got my hat on. So we got 17 days left, y'all. 17 days. I'm ready. I know y'all are ready. So close. I can taste. I can smell it. It's all I'm thinking about. I'm watching sports shows on YouTube. If you like Tennessee content, like sports content, Talking Balls is a good one. Sports Talk J is a good one. Josh Pate's college football show is a good one. Josh Pate's my favorite. He does an actual whole big show. He does 3 days a week. Shouldn't be giving free shout outs, but I just want y'all to get some good content to watch. And those are all good ones to watch. So, T. Martin days away if you're a Vol fan. If you're a Vol fan, you love T. Martin. Why do you love T. Martin? He got us our last natty. I mean, if you know, you know, 1998 against South Carolina. He had the most straight completions ever in a game for a long time. I think it's been broken since then, but it was like 24 in a row against South Carolina. So we're going to go over a few things today. It's getting closer to the season. I'm trying to incorporate more than just Tennessee into the show, y'all. Like I said from the beginning, once week 0 gets here, I'm obviously going to cover a little bit of Tennessee stuff more than other teams. But this will be a straight college football show, y'all. I know it's been a lot of Tennessee during the offseason. But once the season gets here, y'all, it's just a football show. I'm going to go over games. We're going to pick games. I mean, we're going to do a straight-up show. I mean, right now it's mostly been Tennessee. I know that. So just stick with me. If you're a fan of another team, hit that subscribe button too, because I will be covering all big games, we're going to probably pick shows every day of the week, pick games all through the week. We'll start with the ones that's not that big of the week, you know, just lower games. We'll talk about it. And as the week goes on, probably Thursday or Friday, we'll do a big prediction show on the big games for the week. We'll throw out some bets for y'all. I make a little bit of money. I'm not the greatest bettor in the world, but I have my hot streaks. You know, nobody's perfect. You ain't got to follow my bets. It's just something I thought would be fun to incorporate in this show. If you don't think I should, let me know that in the comment section. So we're going to talk about Brian Kelly real quick. If you've watched this show, you know I'm not very high on Brian Kelly. I guess you call me a Brian Kelly hater. It is what it is. I just don't think he's that great of a coach. He beats up on bad competition, loses big games most time. He'll win one here and there, but for the most part, I think he's a mediocre coach that wins with talent. And then when he has to outcoach somebody, he can't do it. Peyton Lewis. D-Rail Sims said he looks like a Greek god. He's put in the work. If you watch this channel, you know I've talked about Peyton Lewis, how I think he's going to be the best running back of the group this year. I do think Deshaun Bishop will be your starter against Syracuse, but I think as the year goes on, Peyton Lewis will take over the starting job. I just think Peyton Lewis is a stud. He's probably, besides Sampson, probably the most talented running back we've had since Heupel's been here, and that includes Jalen Wright, Jabari Small, all them. He may even be more talented than Sampson. I mean, honestly. He's a football guy with track speed. He ran track, but he's not a track guy. He's a football guy. He knows how to play football. He's not just one of those track guys that get out on the football field just to run fast. He's a damn football player that's got track speed. So we got that, and then we got a freshman cornerback we brought in. Apparently is a hidden gem. He's getting rave reviews at practice. He is a lower run, not even really a high rated 3-star guy. And he is somebody Tennessee took early. He never jumped up the rankings, but apparently he's climbing the depth chart at spring practice. Recruiting is not an exact science, y'all. I mean, we see it all the time. And last but not least, they're going to go over Syracuse's quarterback battle. Since that means something to you if you're a Tennessee fan, get you a little scoop on what to expect, what's going on with Syracuse, since that is our first opponent. I figured it'd be good to go over a little bit of Syracuse stuff. And that's what I thought would be the most interesting to go over for us. So without further ado, do whatever you do when you watch these videos. Grab you a stogie, put you a dip in, drink your beer, drink your soda, grab your popcorn, whatever it is. Let's get into it. First things first, we're going to go over Brian Kelly. I just got one slide to pull up on Brian Kelly, and then we're going to talk about it. 2010, Brian Kelly gets to Notre Dame. Major bowl wins in 2010, 2021. 0. LSU had 4. Brian Kelly gets to LSU. LSU has 0 major bowl wins. Notre Dame has 3. So what's the common denominator there? There's a lot of people think Brian Kelly's a good coach. I'm not one of them. Them numbers out there back it up. I mean, that Notre Dame was always going to win 8, 9, 10 games with their schedule. And the way they recruit, their program, their tradition, all that, them not having to play in a conference, which is BS, to be honest. I mean, we should be past that by now. They should be in a conference, especially with the way the playoffs and stuff work now. They should have no choice but to be in a conference, whether they want to be in one or not. But that's a different story for a different day. So, the whole time Notre Dame had Brian Kelly, so 11 years, they won 0 major bowl games. He leaves, goes to LSU. Since he's been at LSU, they've won 0 major bowl games. Notre Dame's won 3. So they've won 3 in 4 years without Brian Kelly. And didn't win any in 11 years with Brian Kelly. Well, those numbers back up what I've been saying on this channel. I'm not a believer in Brian Kelly. A lot of people have Notre Dame LSU winning the national title this year. I'm not one of them. I think they got a lot of talent, but until they do anything better than like 9-3, I'm just going to have to see it to believe it. That's been the normal for them with Brian Kelly. They took steps to improve their defense. Whether or not it's actually improved is 2 different stories. And by the way, I'm sorry about the weird lighting. It's weird in this room right now. Until I see it from Brian Kelly, I'm not going to believe it. J.D. Pickell from On 3 with Hard Talk with J.D. Pickell. He picked Notre Dame to win the national title. I've seen a lot of people have Notre Dame in the national title game. Not Notre Dame, LSU, sorry. They picked LSU to win the national title. As long as Brian Kelly's the coach, I don't see it. They brought in a lot of guys on offense. They bring back their quarterback. I'm not saying they can't do it, but until Brian Kelly does it, why would I believe he can? I mean, he started Notre Dame 2010. We're in 2025. So 15 years he's not won a major bowl game. And there's still people talk about he's a top 5 coach. Heupel won a major bowl game in year 2. And there's still people who disrespect him. Now, some people give him his flowers. Not many, but some people do. So, tell me what you think about Brian Kelly in the comments section. Do you think he's overrated? Do you think he's rated about right where he's supposed to be? Or do you think he's underrated? And if you think he's underrated, please tell me why, because I'd like to hear it, because I think he's the most overrated coach in college football. That's just me. He won at Notre Dame, and that's not hard to do if you're a decent coach with the schedule they play. Play one or two ranked teams a game a year, and then play Navy and Army and Purdue and NC State and this person, that person. I mean, almost every team in the country would kill to have Notre Dame's schedule, y'all. And that's all there is to it. That's enough about Brian Kelly. I got on a little rant there because I keep watching these shows and everybody hyping up old Brian Kelly, and I just don't see it. But that's just me. So next up, we're going to talk about, hold on. We got one more thing I want to go over here. If you remember Big Ten media days, all their and ACC media days, their coaches are mostly Big Ten, even their commissioner. Everybody, SEC only plays 8 conference games. They only play eight conference games. Okay, the Big Ten does play 9. Their conference is way weaker at the bottom. And right here it is. Big Ten is playing a combined 12 Power 4 opponents this year. The SEC, with 2 fewer teams, Big Ten has 18, SEC has 16, is playing 18. Time for a new talking point. I agree. The Big Ten wins 2 national titles after the SEC's won probably 70% of them since 1998. And they act like they're the daggone hottest thing since the daggone sun. I mean, they act like they're the coolest thing since the popsicle. And they're not. I mean, Michigan, Ohio State, yeah, they won back-to-back titles. They win 4 or 5 in a row, I'll start giving them credit. And I've said it, the top 3 or 4 teams in the Big Ten have absolutely caught up to the top of the SEC. But the middle of the Big Ten and the bottom of the Big Ten is still miles behind the middle and bottom of the SEC. We got Vanderbilt, Kentucky, teams like that are our bottom teams. They would smack Purdue, Northwestern. They'd smack them around like it'd be like taking candy from a baby, y'all. I mean, let's be honest about it. No, I forgot I wanted to talk about that. Y'all let me know. Do you think the Big Ten has caught the SEC, or do you think SEC is still king? If you're watching this video and you're a Big Ten fan, tell me why you think you're king. It can't be just because you won the last 2 national titles, because that's only 2 of your 18 teams. Next up, we're going to talk about Peyton Lewis. Peyton Lewis has put in the work this offseason. And if you've listened to this, you know, when I go over these fall camp reports, that I've been high on Peyton Lewis all offseason, all fall camp. I've said he's probably – Deshaun Bishop will probably start game 1, but by mid-season, Peyton Lewis will be your running back. He's changed his body. He looks like a Greek god when he walks out there on the field. You can see the maturation process, and he's playing faster. You get somebody with speed like this kid has, and you get him playing faster and seeing things happen, the way he can cut with the speed and the spin moves, jukes, all that, the kid's going to be special, y'all. It would not surprise me if by game 2 or 3, he's took the starting job from Deshaun Bishop. Not against Deshaun Bishop. I think Deshaun Bishop's a dog. I think he's a hard-working player. But as far as talent level, he is not on par with Peyton Lewis on talent. The kid's a hard worker. He's a walk-on. His story's awesome. But Peyton Lewis was a top 100 player at one point before he got hurt in high school. D-Rail Sims said, we challenged him just to grow. He changed his body. He looks like a Greek god. We just said that. And we challenged him to get comfortable. I wanted him to be Peyton like he was in high school in terms of when he was able to run behind his pads. He was running through trash that was being created up front. He's done a really good job from that standpoint. His eyes, his feet match now in the run game. His eyes and his feet match in the pass protection game as well. That's huge in this offense, y'all. Any offense, really. For any freshman, sophomore player at running back, you've got to pick up pass protection. It's the hardest thing for a running back, transitioning from high school to college. And it keeps a lot of running backs off the field on third down. I was on third down. A lot of times your running back staying in there and at least chipping a guy before he goes out on a little mesh, a little route out to the little screen route. Just a little swing route, anything. A little Texas route, whatever. A lot of times they stay in and chip a guy and then go. And sometimes they just stay back there blocking in general. And if they've not put in the work and learned, it's hard. I mean, from high school to college, the blitz packages, the stunts, all that are on a whole nother level. And it's hard to read all that as a freshman when you ain't seen it in high school. That's why a lot of freshman running backs are not on the field on third down. But he is either a redshirt freshman or a sophomore, according to how many games he played. I want to say he's a sophomore. So it sounds like he's put in the work. He's figured out pass protection. His eyes and feet are working together again. He's figuring out the defenses. That's huge because his talent's there, y'all. He's probably the fastest player on the team. And if he can get his feet and eyes see the same thing, like if you go and watch his high school film if you want to, the kid can absolutely scoot. I mean, pretty sure he's a Virginia State title 100-meter yard dasher. So that tells you his speed. You can see the maturation process. He's playing faster. I think last year, especially him not being able to go through spring ball. So he come in. He had an injury, like I said, so he didn't get to go through spring ball, and that's a huge deal. He only got to go through fall camp. If you get to go through spring ball, by the time the season starts, you're already pushing towards being where a sophomore should be in your learning process. But if you don't get to do spring ball, you're still really just right there as a freshman, if that makes sense. When he came out of fall camp, he was still feeling his way through. There's no more of that now. He's actually playing fast. He's playing behind his pads. He's doing a really good job in all three phases of the game for us right now. I just can't rave about the kid enough. I've been high on him since we signed him, or really since he committed to us. I just think his speed and his athletic ability and his cutting and moves and this offense is going to be absolutely electric. He's probably the fastest running back we've had since Heupel's been here, y'all. And Sampson was pretty quick. And so was Jalen Wright. But I think Peyton Lewis is probably quicker than both of them. You see tackles bounce off of him, and that's the biggest deal. So it sounds like he's got tacklers bouncing off of him too. So if he's got the speed and he's running over people and people are bouncing off of him, he's going to be an absolute weapon in this offense. That's the biggest deal. He's built his body up in a way where he has the armor to where he's able to use his body as a weapon now, which is really good. And I think that's translated into confidence as well. He understands that he can drop his pads in the run game. He can drop his pads in pass protection, and he's able to stop people in their tracks. I think he said he played last year like 207. He's up to 215, but he's cut his body fat way down. So it's not only did he gain 8 pounds of muscle, but he's dropped a lot of fat. So that's even just more muscle. You know how all that stuff works. So I'm excited as hell to see Peyton Lewis against Syracuse, y'all. I can't wait for it. I think it's going to be a breakout game for him, especially for wanting to ease our quarterbacks in. You never know. Heupel could come out slinging that damn thing all over the yard. You never know. But you know we're going to run the ball. I mean, we run the ball consistently with Heupel about 60% of the time. We love to pound it, go over your head. Next up, I want to talk about the freshman cornerback that was a hidden gem. The coaching staff found a hidden gem. My dumb ass spelled gem wrong. I swear I spelled it right and it auto-corrected it. So y'all go ahead and flame me in the comment section for that. I spelled it like you go into the gym. Was trying to hurry and get this thing ready to roll so I could get y'all's video made before I was on baby duty for the rest of the night. Flame away. I spelled it wrong. He's poised to play a key role as a true freshman this fall. If you know how deep our cornerbacks are, especially with Jamal McCoy getting back, Boo Carter, if he don't get suspended for a game or two, Lord, I thought all that was over, and now they're already talking about he was late to a couple of practices and stuff. I mean, and his mom needs to stay off Twitter. She's got to be the one in his head. It's kind of like Nico with his dad. I hope he stands up to her and just like, look, Mom, I need to do my own thing. But that's a story for another day. Got Colton Hood from Colorado, who's a beast. You got Ricky Gibson. I mean, as deep as we are at corner, for them to say he's going to be a significant contributor as a low 3-star. I mean, look, he's the number 702 overall player in the recruiting class. So he's just an overlooked guy. Pretty sure he played in Georgia. Don't know how he got overlooked. He's a long corner, 6'2", 192. That's a tall corner. And he's the number 63 corner in the nation. And he's coming in Tennessee where we're stacked at corner and going to make a big difference. Kind of reminds me of Cam Seldon. He was a lower rated guy. Not Cam Seldon. Cam Seldon, he transferred to Virginia Tech. Now I can't think of his name. Played under Butch Jones. Cam Sutton. Sorry, it's been one of them days, y'all. He reminds me of Cam Sutton. He's a lower-rated guy. He came in as a freshman. He was our best corner as a freshman. He's obviously – Redmond's not going to be our best corner as a freshman. We got an All-American cornerback. And Ricky Gibson's an All-SEC cornerback. And Boo Carter could be an All-American. So just the fact that he's going to be able to play even as a backup and be a significant contributor with them guys on the roster tells you how talented the kid is. Like I said, 6'2", 192, that's a big cornerback. Most corners are about 6 foot tall, maybe 6'1". LSU has a freshman at 6'5" at corner, which is crazy. He didn't generate the amount of hype as a recruit, but he's likely going to play an important role for the Vols thanks to his strong showing in spring and fall practice. Recruiting rankings are not an exact science, y'all. I mean, they're just not. You see it every year. There's 2, 3-star guys that come in, and they're better than some of the 4 or 5-star guys you signed. You never know how a player is going to make the jump in competition. Some guys look like freaks, look like Tarzan against high school competition. They get to college. Guys are more on their level. They're not the best athlete on the field anymore, and then they start looking like Jane because they're not that good of a football player. They're just an athlete. And being an athlete only gets you so far once you get to college. You got to have fundamentals. That's not exactly the type of recruit that you expect to play in a key role as a freshman. Redmond, however, has quickly gained the trust of the coaching staff. Ty has had a really good spring. And right where he left spring, he's really tacked on here in the fall, showing a lot of consistency and playmaking ability. Willie Martinez said, we feel really comfortable with Ty, what he's been able to do here in one-on-one situations with some of our great receivers. And he has had good command of our package, meaning he knows our scheme, he knows how to play it. So you build trust, obviously, within the staff, within the players, and he gives us versatility that I was just talking about. It sounds like the kids just come in with his nose to the ground, studied the playbook, worked hard. Basically, just one of those Josh Heupel culture guys. I mean, that's the type of guys Heupel tries to bring in. You obviously every now and then get a bad egg, but you also have to take risks to compete for titles. So one of the big reasons Redmond was able to make such an early impact is because attention to detail and his desire to learn from older defensive backs on Tennessee's roster. Just looking at the older guys and trying to implement some of the small things they do into my game. Redmond said start a fall camp so I can be even better than I was when I came in. I came in pretty skillful, but I haven't seen it all. So taking mental reps and looking at older guys and putting it into my game, even in the film room. First, I wasn't a heavy note taker, but watching those guys, it takes a lot to play the position. So watching those guys take notes and how detailed they are in the film room, that's really helped me a lot. Like I said, it sounds like he's come in, put his nose down, worked hard. Then he's let the veterans mentor him, which is huge. He didn't come in with the big head, which is probably a testament to his lower ranking. He didn't come with the big head, think he was hot stuff. He's this, he's that. He come in willing to learn, willing to work, willing to take coaching from coaches, from older players, take notes, ask questions. He's just dedicated to being a ball player. So sounds like the future's bright for him as well, which is awesome because if you're a Tennessee fan, you know, up until last year we had a no-fly zone back there. I mean, our cornerbacks were locking down everybody besides Jeremiah Smith. And in probably 15 years before that, everybody and anybody threw the ball all over us. I'm talking even like Troy, Georgia State, things like that. I mean, even they threw for 300 yards on us because our cornerbacks were so bad. So it's awesome how much improving our defense and stuff has done over the last few years. Tim Banks don't get the credit he deserves. I don't think some of the fan base ain't high on him. Like I said, the only problem I have with Tim Banks is it seems like when we go on the road, he seems to not want to blitz for some reason, which is fine if you're getting four guys. If four guys are getting pressure, but if they're not, you got to bring some heat. But I just wanted to get y'all a show today. Hope y'all are enjoying the content. If you haven't already, hit that like button, share it with your buddies, get in the comment section, tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you think about the stuff I went over in the video. And I'm just kidding. I still got to go over Syracuse's quarterback battle. Sorry, y'all. It's been one of those days. Psych, I fooled you. Video's not over yet. Syracuse quarterback says competition at a stalemate. Quarterback's coach say, y'all know just as much as I know. So, sounds like nobody's taking the reins of that job, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Neither quarterback's coach, Nunzio, I don't know, offensive coordinator Nixon, or head football coach Fran Brown are ready to name a starting quarterback after one fall camp scrimmage. Brown wants to see both Ricky Collins Jr. and Steve Angeli take a step this week. And wants to see them in one more scrimmage. So basically, nobody's standing out, y'all. It's a tight battle. I would have to go with Angeli because he transferred there. Not many guys want to transfer somewhere and not start when he had a chance to start at Notre Dame. Campanile works with Collins and Angeli more than anybody. He knows what he wants to see ahead of Saturday. Syracuse second and final scrimmage of fall camp. You're looking for command of the offense. You're looking for guys that are able to go out there and run the show, be efficient. This whole week is a huge step in setting the table for the rest of the season. So it sounds like their battle's going to be, they're going to name a starter after this last scrimmage. That's what it sounds like to me. Angeli is probably going to be your guy. I mean, he transferred in from Notre Dame. He said the offensive line, the primary change to the offense since April has been the addition of wide receiver Jonte Cook. After Trevor Pena's departure, Pena was their best receiver last year. He left. I'm pretty sure he ended up at Penn State. He won like $2 million. So I guess Penn State gave him as soon as he hit the portal. Fran Brown said, we can't pay you that. So good luck. So basically, there wasn't much news in there. It's just basically they're at a standstill. I think Angeli's a little behind on the playbook because he transferred in from Notre Dame. The other guy was there last year. I still think Angeli win the job. As soon as they name a starting quarterback, I'll let y'all know. Alabama done named their starting quarterback the other day. It was Ty Simpson, who's actually from Tennessee. He's a 5-star. His little brother is a 28 recruit, and he's already a top guy. So I know that wasn't much news, but I just wanted to cover that. Apparently, Syracuse is still in the quarterback battle as well. I'm not sure if Heupel will name a starter before the Syracuse game or not. He's one of those, you never know what you're going to get with him. But if he does, obviously we'll cover it on here as well. I'm sticking with Aguilar. I think next season, Merklinger and McIntyre will battle it out, even though Faison Brandon will be here too. I think Faison Brandon will need a year, and then he might be able to battle with them. That's the video for today. Like I said, I appreciate y'all watching. Sorry for the pump fake air. I still had to go over that. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Make sure if you want to do just 2 or 3 of them things, just make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, go to all. It helps you get my videos. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Get in the comment section, argue with me, tell me what you like about the video, what you don't. As always, go Vols.